After a 5-day passage in the North Sea, we've arrived in Scotland to begin our journey through the Caledonian Canal. It's the prettiest time of year to be transiting through the lochs that are a little bit different than what we're used to. We've got the place to ourselves to take on the scenic views while keeping an eye out for Nessie. Welcome to Sailingjibsea. 2 years ago, we knew nothing about sailing, but took off from Canada with an urge for adventure. I'm Steph, this is Travis, and this is our home, Jibsea. We moved quickly and in a short time have made it down south and even crossed an ocean, but we still have a whole lot more of the world to see. Subscribe and join our life on the water. The Caledonian Canal connects the East Scottish coast to the west, from Inverness to Corpack, which is near Fort William. It was Thomas Telford, a Scottish engineer, who constructed the canal in the early 1800s. A total of 29 locks and 11 swing bridges in the system accommodate vessels up to 150 feet long, 35 feet wide, and a draft of 13.5 feet. And just like that, we've already done 2 locks in the Caledonian Canal. We kind of just got in here and started going. Kind of all went really fast. I didn't even have a chance to really preface our entry into the canal, like the administrative stuff for anyone who's interested. So I'm just going to take a minute to share that with you if you are. How we got into the Caledonian Canal is we had to buy a license, which we did online ahead of time. We chose the 7-night canal license. And there's a fee. They charge you per meter length of your boat, so it ran us about £300. Not cheap, but the way we figure it is it's going to save us a lot of time waiting for weather windows, distance, and we get to see this really cool canal that came very highly recommended by a bunch of you guys. It is our 3rd time here in Scotland in the last few months. The last 2 times we were here, it was in summer, so everything was very green, and now we're here in fall. When we first left Toronto 2 years ago, we took the Oswego and Erie canals out, and we did that in fall, and we absolutely loved it. We thought it was the perfect time to go through the canal system. A, because it's not very busy, pretty much the only boat going through, and you get to see all of the changing colors of the leaves, which just make it that much more beautiful. After buying the license, proceeded to the first lock. We just hailed them on the VHF. And they said, yep, we see you. Have you checked in with Customs and Immigrations? Yes, we did that online ahead of time. It was all good. And he said, okay, got your paperwork for the canal, preparing the lock, and in we went. Then once we passed through the first lock, the lockmaster gave us our license, a little skipper's guide canal booklet, and a key, very important key. Key to all of the facilities here, like the bathrooms and showers for our time in the canal. He also assigned us a pontoon, which we are tied up to right now. And I think that's free, at least for the 1 night we're tied up here before we carry on tomorrow. Electricity though, that is extra. If you need to hook up to that, it's £5 a night, not too shabby. Hoping we don't need it. Seems like it's kind of a warmer day, so Travis is just taking his shower, and then we're gonna hop off the boat. Very excited to do that because this is day 5 of not being off the boat. So very excited to stretch our legs and stock up on some groceries. Probably going to be the extent of what we're going to do, because we're probably just going to come back to the boat and relax after being out on the water for several days. Yeah. It's the morning of day 2 here on the canal, and we've got the motor warming up because we're just about to cast off from the dock and proceed through our first bridge that's going to bring us into our first flight of locks, which I believe has 4 locks. They're set up a little bit differently than the locks that we've done in the past. So this morning we just took a little morning walk to kind of scope out the scene, familiarize ourselves with it, and prepare ourselves before heading in. Set up a little bit differently, like I said, because one of us is going to stay on the boat, driving the boat, Travis, and I will be going on shore. And after each lock, because they're 4 kind of back to back, I'll be walking Jibsea on shore, holding onto the lines as he drives the boat to the next lock. Oh, slow down. White is stern. Success. so far. Can you see in this?
Yeah.
As it raises, I'm just going to be pulling in the slack so you don't go out to the other side. Want me to push off? I'll push off. Okay.
Just watch your step coming off. Step to the right as you come off. It's a bit lip rock.
Okay, thank you. You okay down there? You're in a lock by yourself.
With one person down here.
It looks so weird, just following the boat from up above.
Yeah,
Different perspective, it's really neat.
Feels weird to have Steph off the boat, but it's kind of convenient. She walks the stern rope up and the guy actually helped him walk the bow rope up.
It's nice that the sun's coming out now that we're approaching the last lock. I don't think we're going very far today. I think 5 nautical miles or so. And back on board!
Back on board. Got the place to ourselves. It's quite nice because I'd imagine in the summer it's pretty packed and you're sharing the lock with other boats. That'd be crazy doing that with like 6 other boats all trying to move at the same time, not bumping into each other. You definitely want a lot of fenders.
And this is really narrow as it is. I find it kind of narrow, so to be sharing it, we probably wouldn't be able to enjoy it as much as we can now being the only boat here.
Yeah. Oh, it's perfect. Perfect timing. Just a little cold at night, but that's fine.
Very scenic otherwise.
Yeah, so pretty.
We went through that bridge that we hailed open. We're just waiting for the bridge ahead to open.
Oh, it's cold. We just left. It's around like 8 o'clock. Figured we'd leave a little earlier this morning to have a higher chance to hopefully see the Loch Ness Monster. And I know he's called Monster, but I bet he's pretty friendly. Yeah, the winds pick up around 11 today, so I don't want, 25, 30 knots on the nose trying to motor into it. But man, is this pretty. Again, I'm really happy we came at this time because all these colors are coming into play and it's just beautiful. This is cool, I've never seen that. That is a helicopter AIS. Oh.
It's howling.
Lasted 34 knots. So this is what I was trying to avoid by leaving earlier, because we're head on winds and up to 35 knots of wind. And it has now just slowed our forward momentum down quite a lot. Might take us a little longer to get there, but that's okay. We're gonna do the locks tomorrow morning because it seems like there's no wind. And then tomorrow we're only gonna move like maybe another 4 or 5 miles. Oh, right there. He was right there. It's like perfect. There's no boat out here too. This is when he would come out. Man, I can't believe I've seen the head of the Loch Ness Monster. Oh my god. That's so crazy. He's definitely following us. We're like 600-700 feet of water, and every so often I'll watch my depth gauge shoot up to like 20 feet, 30 feet, 40 feet, 19 feet. Like it adjusts. So he's following us. He's got to be coming underneath us. Oh, it's magical.
We just made it to Fort Augustus and we're just outside of the loch. We tied up to the dock here thinking that there was going to be electrical, but it doesn't look like there's going to be. And we definitely need it tonight because just from tying the lines to the dock, my hands are the same color as my jacket. Today is very cold and wet, so we definitely need the heat as it gets colder as the night falls, because right now it's midday and it's about 5 degrees Celsius and we're absolutely frigid. So we're going to take a walk over to the other side of the flight of locks here because we have a feeling that that's where the electrical is. And we might have to just go through the flight of locks today, even though we weren't initially planning on it. But if that means we get heat, we'll just have to go through them.
Yeah,
So
I think we want heat.
yeah, it's very, very cold. So we're going through the locks and it was pouring rain. It's just lightened up a little bit. And I don't think we've ever seen a lock flood that quickly. They're probably just trying to get us through real quick because nobody enjoys being soaked in the rain and freezing. But we are on lock number 4 of 5. Oh, there's a wet little bear.
Couple of wet rats.
It's a nice thing that we're the only boat doing this, and that's probably why they're able to flood it so quickly, because it's also been windy, so we've just been swaying side to side. Travis has been having to adjust the lines quite frequently by himself while I stay on shore blocking the lines again. Fort Augustus is a town halfway between Inverness and Fort William. Located on the southwest end of Loch Ness, about 650 people live here. Whoa, look how glassy that is. Fort Augustus, 2 nights, and it was a very cute little town. We actually were able to find an extra heater to keep us warm because it got down to 1 degree last night. So that was a score. We were pretty toasty and comfortable. Beautiful morning today, beautiful crisp fall morning. 2 locks and a bridge today, and then we're gonna end up somewhere, I think, more rural.
Buddy was saying we got 1 more up and then we start going down. So, yeah.
Changing things up.
Yeah. We've just gone up. I think we go up in total 30 meters from sea. That's pretty far.
That's like 100 feet or something.
That's 100 feet above sea level. That's cool. Found a good spot to tie up, have a bowl of soup, warm us up, and there's a castle right there.
Invergarry Castle was built at the beginning of the 17th century. It was the seat of the chiefs of the Clan MacDonald of Glengarry, a powerful branch of the Clan Donald.
Always love seeing a castle. We're obviously not allowed inside anymore because it's pretty decrepit and they don't want anybody getting hurt or ruining it. But it's cool just to look inside and just imagine what life would have been like. Whoa. I don't know if I just got cold or got very creepy vibes about this place. My whole body's like in a chill.
Invergarry House was built between 1866 and 1869, designed for Edward Ellis Jr., Deputy Governor of the Hudson Bay Company.
Huh. Seriously weird. walked up to it, and the closer I'm walking, I'm getting like weird tinglies.
Now known as the Invergarry Castle Hotel, it's closed between November and April.
Is anybody home? All right, leaving that place. Gave me the heebie-jeebies. Let's go down to the dock here. I think some stuff happened to that place.